Hi everyone, today we're talking about the 5 H's. I'm your teacher, Miss Lewis, and this is Mountain Syllabus. Alright, so what are the 5 H's? The 5 H's are something that climbers use to check themselves and each other before they start climbing on the wall. The first one is your head. This is where you're checking your hair and your helmet. My hair is right now in a braid, so I can just toss that behind me. You just don't want it to be in front where it can get tangled in anything that might be going on up here, maybe a belay device or your rappel device, anything like that. Most gyms, and if you're climbing inside, won't make you wear a helmet, but when you're outside, it's always a good idea to wear your helmet. When you put this on, you want to start with it a little bit loose, and you want it to be between the top of your forehead and your eyebrows. You can tighten the back, and you'll want to clip in your chin strap, making sure that it won't jiggle around as you're climbing. So now that we've checked my head, next we want to check your human. I like to think of this as the brain and the body. First off, checking in with yourself mentally. Am I ready to climb? Am I too tired? And am I way too afraid of the wall? Some days you're gonna have to work through your fear, and that's okay, but other days you want to make sure that you are climbing within your limits. All right, next you want to check on your body. This is if you have any injuries or anything that might be able to be tweaked on the wall. Maybe if you sprained your ankle last week, you might want to give it a little bit more time to rest before you put pressure on it that way. So, checking your human is your brain and your body. So far, we have now checked our head and our human. Now we're going to check our harness. When putting on your harness, you're going to make sure it's all the right way, no twists before you put it on. You're going to step into it just like a pair of pants. You're gonna pull it up higher than your hip bones. You're gonna tighten it and tuck any excess straps away. All right, so now we've checked our head, our human, and our harness. Next up is hardware. You wanna make sure that you have any gear that you need to go up, like quick draws, any gear you might need to come down, like a rappel device or a personal anchor system. And this is also the step where you're gonna check your knot. All right, so now we've checked our head, human, harness, and hardware. Next up is harmful objects. This can be anything that could hurt you or others. So maybe you have a really long necklace on, you don't want it to get caught up in anything that's going on in front. If you're wearing rings, you want to take those off so they don't pinch your fingers on the wall. And maybe anything that's in your pocket that could either hurt you or fall down onto somebody else, like a phone. All right, so now you know what the 5 H's are. Head, human, harness, hardware, and harmful objects. The 5 H's are a great checklist to be able to go over with yourself and your climbing partner to make sure that you're safe and ready for a day of climbing. I'm your teacher, Miss Lewis, and this is Mountain Syllabus.